Super Rugby final week. It's only right that the occasion of this magnitude demands a special guest. I brought the money man in to discuss aspects of this final. Welcome, Kevin. And I think as a point of departure, it's important that we contextualize the magnitude of this achievement. 2011, Lions all but bankrupt. 2013, relegated from the competition. To end up in a final after what they've been through in recent years is incredible.
Unbelievable. I mean, what Johan has done is miraculous.
Right.
He should be the Springbok coach. How we're letting him get away when this country's desperate for coaches.
Right.
He is without doubt.
I mean, I've spoken about the coaching crisis in South Africa on this slot before. I mean, I understand that it's difficult to compete with what Gloucester would be offering Ackerman. But when you consider...
Where's Gloucester? I'm Welsh, I don't even know what Gloucester is.
Well, so Gloucester got very upset when I said that Ackerman was leaving for a lesser side. And they ran something in the Gloucester Evening News or something.
Do you ever get any positive feedback?
Not really, no. Sometimes I get, like Flip van der Merwe is a good friend of mine. He's always very complimentary about me there. But back to things that matter. Ackerman taking the side of virtual nobodies, building something as special as he has with the Lions here.
Yeah, I was doing some late night reading last night and was just looking at his accomplishments. And I think there was 10 coaches before Ackerman and they had 51 victories, 129 defeats and 3 draws.
Right.
You know, it's 26% winning percentage,
right.
Winning ratio. He has won 41. He's almost won as many games as all the previous coaches before him.
Yeah.
41, 20, and 1 for a 67%
right.
winning percentage. And if you look at just 2001 to 2013, when they got relegated,
right.
they had an 18%. I think an 18% winning ratio.
Right.
18%. Just think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't finish any higher than when there was 14 teams. They didn't finish any higher than 12.
Yes.
Quite often they finished 14.
Yes.
And there was the odd blip when they finished 13.
Yeah.
But they were 12, 13, or 14 place finishers. I mean, it's unbelievable what he's done there.
Right.
And you can just see it in the way they play. That team plays for each other.
Let's talk about what this means for the Lions. This group of Lions players are kind of reaching the peak from the perspective now that Ackerman is leaving to coach overseas.
Isn't that sad that 4 years in they're reaching the peak? I mean, if they'd have retained Ackerman, well, he'd be the Springbok coach. But I mean, it's sad to see that this is you think you're going to see a bit of a downturn in Lions rugby maybe after this year. Yeah,
there's no with the sort of rise of players taking foreign contracts. There's no opportunity to build dynasties in Super Rugby anymore, like that Crusaders team that won 7, or like the Bulls side of 2007, 8, and 9, and 10 in fact. There's no opportunities to build dynasties anymore. It is what it is. Your best players will get snapped up by foreign clubs. And that's what it is. You kind of got to live in the moment, and that's why it's so important that the Lions win on Saturday. This for me is, I think, the last chance for this group. Look, they could build from here again. I think there'll be a period of transition.
I think they've got a nucleus of players. They're certainly feeding the national team.
Yep, absolutely.
They've got a good group of guys there.
Absolutely.
With respect to Ackerman, there's no doubt he's got a good team in place.
Yeah.
But what invariably happens is when someone goes overseas, or any good leader goes to another business, they tend to take the people with them.
Right.
And eventually, if not immediately.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
In terms of the game itself, I mean, the bookies at this point have the Crusaders as favourite, right?
Yeah.
I don't understand how, and I know it doesn't make sense to you as well.
When I look at a game like this, the Crusaders are favoured by half a point, which means the bookies expect an incredibly tight game.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anybody out there that can separate these teams. But it's quite easy when you start looking into it a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
The Lions should be 7-point favourites for this game.
Yeah.
And look, and they're not going to complain about it because being the underdog is a great tag to wear into the final. It takes the pressure off But if the Crusaders win on Saturday, it will be an absolutely magnificent achievement.
Right.
There's no way they should win this game.
Right.
They should. In my calculations, they're probably 10-point underdogs.
Right.
So the bookies got this completely wrong.
Yeah.
Anybody I've spoken to that knows anything about rugby also have the Lions favourites with my 7 to 10 points.
Yeah, it will mimic a test match pattern to a large degree. I think defence is going to define this. There will be a huge premium placed on territory and sort of taking advantage of your broken field opportunities. Forced by gain line dominance. I think that's the type of match that people can expect. I think both teams are too good attacking sides for this game to be determined by a goal kicker. You mentioned earlier on about the Lions being underdogs. I don't know how we get to the point where the Lions are underdogs. I think they'll do it they'll do the Crusaders by 8
It's called reputational hangover.
Right.
They're still a team that won 18% of the games.
Yeah.
The Crusaders are a team that's won 7 Super Rugby finals.
Yeah.
They're even, so we can agree that they're even in a massive game. So where's the difference? Well, it's 11,600 kilometers to fly from Christchurch to Johannesburg.
Right.
It's a 20-hour, it's not 20 hours, it's 18 hours in the air, I think, and then you've got various hanging around the airports. And you know what happens to rugby players when they hang around the airports?
We can't talk about those things on the show.
Sorry, Robbie. So you've got that sort of interruption.
Yeah.
You've then got altitude 17, I think it's 1,753 meters above sea level. No? To the layman or to the average person, you're looking at and seeing 1,753. But what does that really mean?
Yeah. There were clear signs that the Cairns players last weekend in the semi-final they were busted. They were done.
Well, they were done.
With 20 to play, they were done.
I watched the game last night, just the second half.
Right.
And there's turning points in every game, and I think what I started to see was players with their hands holding onto the bottom of their shorts, starting to tip over. And that was at the 53-minute mark. That wasn't at the 60, 70, and it progressively got worse.
Right.
Guys were on the floor with their hands behind their head, taking the extra 30, 40 seconds to get up.
Yes.
They couldn't do any better than they did. It just couldn't be done.
Yeah.
I actually think that the Hurricanes are a better side than the Crusaders.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just do. They've got as much talent. And of course, I predicted that the Hurricanes would win last week. The altitude's a real issue.
Let's wrap it up by speaking about the result. I personally think the Lions will win by 8 to 10. I think there'll be a score line where both sides score in excess of, I would say, 25 points. So it'll be an entertaining game
what was the last two? The 37-20, 34-27, I think was last year's non-playoff score.
Yeah.
I did predict that the Lions would win by double digits against Crusaders last year.
Yeah.
And I think there was 57 points scored in that game.
Yeah.
They're a 10-point favorite, and I'll be putting down some decent money up that they'll win the game outright. Well, the odds, with even money odds on this team, I'll be putting down 2,500 rand to win 2,500 rand.
So we're both going for the Lions. From a purely sort of sentimental point of view, I hope that Johan Ackerman and his team go out on a high, and I mean clearly you do as well. I think it will be just a reward.
He still looks fit enough to play. He should have his kid on and come out.
His kid's a monster.
Play with his kid, and do a drop goal to win the game or something like that.
Right.
You see these retired players do.
So here's hoping we're toasting to the Lions on Saturday evening, using whatever your winnings is to celebrate the Lions.
Goes to charity. I can't stand.
No, I'm not sending my money to charity. I'm keeping all of it. Lions to win on Saturday, 10 points better.
10 points plus. And I think you can get about 7 to 2.
Yeah.
Which means you get 700 back for every 200 you bet.
Right.
For the Lions to win by 10 plus.
Right.
And if it goes wrong for the Crusaders, it could go horribly wrong. That could be on the end of a 20-point beating. So you know, if you I'm not predicting now. I'm just saying that, you know, if you've got an extra 50 or $100 to throw around, you could look at a ridiculous score like that.
I'm going to put a sneaky little bet on the Lions by 20 plus. That's on me.
That's sneaky. Cool.